My mechanic charged me $3,000 for repairs he never made, so I proved he'd been scamming the whole neighborhood for years. The engine light came on during my commute home. I pulled into Mike's auto because it was close and the reviews looked decent. Mike himself came out. Friendly guy. Said he'd take a look right away. 2 hours later, he called with the news. Transmission problems, brake line damage, something wrong with the alternator. Total estimate was $3,200. My chest got tight hearing that number. I didn't have $3,200. I had maybe $800 in savings and a credit card I was trying to pay off. Mike said he understood, offered a payment plan, said he'd get started immediately so I could have my car back by Friday. I signed the paperwork without reading it carefully. Biggest mistake of my life. Friday came. Car ran fine. I made my first payment and tried to forget about it. 3 weeks later, the engine light came back on. I took it to a different shop, asked them to check the transmission Mike had supposedly rebuilt. The mechanic called me into the garage. His face looked confused. This transmission hasn't been touched. The fluid is original. There's no sign of any work being done. My hands started shaking. I asked about the brakes, the alternator. He checked everything, found nothing that matched Mike's invoice. No new parts, no repairs, just the same components that had been there before. Mike had charged me $3,200 for work he never did. That's when I decided Mike would learn what happens when you steal from the wrong person. I went back to his shop, asked for documentation, parts receipts, labor records. He got defensive immediately, said I was accusing him of something serious, that his reputation was spotless. I told him I had a second opinion from a certified mechanic, that I knew the transmission hadn't been touched. He threatened to sue me for defamation. I walked out and started digging. Mike's shop had been open for 8 years. I pulled every online review going back to the beginning. The pattern was obvious once you knew what to look for. Dozens of customers complaining about repeat problems, repairs that didn't fix anything, bills that seemed too high for the work described. I created a spreadsheet. Every complaint, every suspicious charge, every customer who'd been told they needed expensive repairs that turned out to be unnecessary. Then I started knocking on doors. Mike's shop was in a residential neighborhood. I talked to everyone within walking distance. 14 people had similar stories. Overcharged for phantom repairs, told their cars needed work that other mechanics said was fine. Thousands of dollars gone. But I wasn't finished. I filed a complaint with the State Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division. Included my documentation, the second mechanic's report, the testimonies from other victims. They opened an investigation within 2 weeks. Perfect. Investigators found that Mike had been submitting false warranty claims to manufacturers, charging customers for parts he'd never installed, running the same scam for at least 6 years. The total fraud exceeded $400,000. Mike got arrested on a Wednesday morning. I watched from across the street as they put him in the back of a squad car. His shop got shut down, all assets seized. Customers started filing civil suits. The class action settlement came through last month. I got my $3,200 back plus damages. More importantly, Mike got 4 years in federal prison for wire fraud and consumer deception. His wife tried to keep the shop running under her name. Nobody would go there. The reviews were destroyed. The reputation was toxic. They closed permanently 3 months after his arrest. I drive past that empty building sometimes. The sign is still up. Mike's Auto, quality you can trust. The irony makes me smile every time. He thought he could steal from working people who didn't know any better. Thought we'd just accept the bills and move on. He was wrong. Some mechanics fix cars. Some mechanics fix their bank accounts. Mike learned which kind ends up in prison.